So Sunday morning, I decided to take the Malibu down to National Trail Raceway and enter it in sportsman class and just run the car on motor. I made one time trial in the morning, put a dial in on it, and headed up for first round.
William, tell us what happened.
Well, I was 19 to his 44. I dialed it up 2 numbers, but I didn't feel like I was getting there, and I just drove it down there at the very end and just cut him loose. He was just fast. He was laid on the tree, and I just had a gut feeling. I dialed it up 2, and it felt like a good run, so I drove him down there as deep as I could drive him and just cut him loose, and he was under. So.
All right, on to round 2, right?
On to round 2.
All right, nice
See
job.
how it goes. Thanks, man. So I got through first round. I made a good decision with my dial in. The car ran 12:33 off the trailer first thing in the morning on a fresh prep track. And I knew that the car would likely slow down 4 to 5 hundredths by first round. Fastest pass you're ever going to make at that track is first thing in the morning, right after they've sprayed it. The air's still cool. It always goes away a few numbers in the afternoon, and that was the case. It's warm, humidity and everything. So anyway, I dialed the car up to a 12:35. You know, I've got nitrous on the car. I can make it up if I can't run that number, but I put a 35 on it, and the truck or the car ran 12:37. Yeah, 12:37 on the brakes. So I was pretty close, but was sitting on 37:38. And so I go up for round 2, and I draw this little girl in an S10 pickup. I've raced with her father for years. Her father is a very good bracket racer. He's evidently taught his daughter pretty well. I don't know what their game plan was. I knew what my game plan was. The truck sounded fairly ratty. I mean, it's got a pretty decent cam in it. It smells like it's on E85. It's an S10 pickup truck, got 12 flat on the window. I figure there's a chance that truck's probably faster than 12 flat, probably short shifting it, probably going to run quite a bit of mile an hour based on what I'm seeing, smelling, and hearing. What I wasn't ready for, was her to be 000 on the tree. She had a perfect reaction time. However, the finish line was a different story. Trying to take my head off. She's 000 up front, only under by 5 thou. She was catching me down there. She was getting up on me way too early. So I reached down and jumped on the nitrous 3 times, and I'm already dialed up to a 38. I dialed up to 38. She's still catching me. I felt like I hit the tree good. So I gave her 3 shots of 150 down there and turned her loose. She's 5 thou under. All right, guys, so you remember what I just said? The camshafts sound a little ratty. You know, it's an S10 pickup. I know a thing or two about S10 pickups, small block Chevys. I know a thing or two about small block Chevy that sounds that good with E85 carburetor on it. I know that's an 11-second truck, and I know that 12 flat is the fastest you're allowed to dial in sportsman class. So in order for that truck to only run 12 flat, I figure that they're probably leaving real soft, short shifting it, and let the truck run a bunch of mile an hour out the back. The little girl was 000 up front. She had a perfect reaction time, ran 11.99.5 at 110.44. and it looked to me like she left it right on the floor, just drove it right out the back. Her dad may have told her, you know, probably best just to trust the truck and let it go. And that was probably a wise decision. That deal could have gone the other way. What I did was, when I saw her pulling up on me early, basically as soon as I put the Malibu in high gear, she started gaining on me pretty fast. And at the rate that she was coming around me, she was going to have a considerable amount of room to get in on me that I didn't want her to see if she was going to drive the finish line and she was going to back into me. What I wanted to do was make it look like she didn't have any room to back up. She didn't have any room to let off the gas. I could see that she's probably setting fast. I'd had no idea. I'm 38 on the tree, I think. Let me look at this. Yeah, I'm 38 on the tree. She's 000, and she's rolling up on me pretty early. So I didn't want her to have any room to back into me. I didn't want her to have any room to let off the gas. So as she's rolling up on me in high gear, I just reach over and grab the nitrous 3 times, and I'm watching her, and she's still coming. She's still coming. And I thought, well, you know, I'm dialed 38, but the car should run 37. I've given her 3 shots of nitrous down there. I cannot take the finish line. So I took her down there and turned her loose as hard as I could without being dangerous, of course, smoking the tires or anything. But I went down there and got on the brakes and let her go. And luckily, she was 5 thou under. I was 41.6 at 95 miles an hour, and the Malibu goes 110 out the back. So if that gives you some idea as to how much I got rid of down there, it was substantial. But anyway, that one worked out in my favor. Probably all for naught, because I think she was planning on just leaving it on the deck and going out the back anyway. And if it would have gone 5 thou the other direction, she would have had a perfect run, and I wouldn't have had an opportunity to go to 3rd round. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky and things just go your way. And that's what happened to me today, I think, 2nd round. But I just wanted you to see in that video, even though she didn't, I don't think she tried to drive the finish line. I could be wrong. I didn't see it in the video. I don't know what that truck mile an hour's. That's the first time I've ever raced that truck. But I just wanted you guys to see the technique. You can hear the pitch of the engine change. You can physically see the Malibu pick up speed. It's a little bit hard to see through the glass from the other lane, but from a GoPro angle in the car, you can definitely hear it, you can definitely see it. You're definitely going to be able to see it in this next video.
What do you think?
I got this gentleman right here in the orange Mopar. He's been racing a long time. He's tough. It'll be a tough one to get through, but just do my best. I mean, I've had a good time already today. I've had a good weekend. I might be setting just a touch fast. See how this shakes out.
What's the story?
Mathematically ineligible.
Yeah?
I was 66 on the tree, he's 19.
Yep.
He runs dead on with a 2 cutting down there. I sprayed because, I mean, I was starting to catch him, and then when we went into high gear, I couldn't get there. There was no way I was going to get there. So I jumped on the nitrous and just held it for a little bit. And I'm like, man, that's more than enough. If I can't get there with that, I'm in trouble. I went down there and cut. He cut at the same time. He's dead on too, and I'm under. I'm a 36.9 on a 38, so I was 11 thou under.
Yup. Yup.
Just a good race.
Oh well.
Just a really good race. You know, he's a good racer. I told you when I
Yep.
the lanes, he's tough. So that's how third round shook out for me today. I wasn't doing my best job of driving today. My variance was between a 19 and a 66 light. So between 19 thou and 66 thou, that was my variance today, and that's not good. In my opinion, you need to work on the 15 to 20 thou variance off the bottom bulb throughout the course of a day, a night, maybe 6 rounds of competition. That's tough. It's not easy to do that. But if you want to be competitive, that's what you need to be able to do. And I'm just not there right now. I don't know that I'll ever get there because I'm not so sure that I'm going to be able to race enough to practice enough. So as you can see in the video, one thing I want to mention, there's 2 different camera angles. There's the in-car, which is what I saw, and then there's the view outside the car, and they're really pretty different. And what I saw when the car left from inside the car, it looked like we left together, and he had 2/10 head start or so. And my initial reaction when we left the starting line is I've got him. I thought I had the light, and obviously I didn't. I was 66 to his 19. So I misjudged what I saw on the starting line. From outside the car, you can clearly see he left 2/10 of a second ahead of me or more. But from inside the car, it looked like we almost left heads up. And based on that, I thought initially, immediately, as soon as I hit the gas and left, as I'm waiting for that shift light to come on to go to second gear, I thought we left together. He's done. But that wasn't the case. I misjudged that. So I go into high gear, and obviously he's still pulling away, and he's pulling away, and I'm not going to be able to get there, and I don't want him to have any room to back into me. So I reach over and grab the nitrous. You can hear the car, the engine pick up. You can see the tack needle increase, RPM. You can physically see through the glass of the car the Malibu speed up in relation to his position. And I only held it for a short time because I felt like I was already sitting a little bit fast, and holding the nitrous like that, you're really speeding the car up. And in order for you to use that tactic, you've got to be able to get rid of whatever you've just gained in ET. And the more you use it, the farther away from the finish line you have to be to hit the brakes to get rid of it. The farther away from the finish line you are, the more opportunity you give the other driver to catch your dump, and then they can dump too. And then that's what happened here, I think. I'm not sure whether Mike had already intended to do that. I haven't talked to Mike. I wanted to after the round. I went back to see him at his pit, but he wasn't there. I wanted to tell him congratulations. Congratulations, Mike. You did a good job. But I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I messaged him on Facebook, but he hasn't seen it. Probably because he has to work tomorrow. He's probably in bed. So anyway, that's the way third round shook out for me today. I usually tend to do better at night races than I do daytime races, especially daytime races that start real early in the morning, because I'm kind of a night owl anyway. It's just my schedule. It's easier for me to work on videos out here uninterrupted at the shop at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody's calling, texting, stopping by. You know, the deliveries aren't being made and things like that. So it's easier for me to work out here and do work like this when there's nobody around. So I tend to be out late, so it's hard for me to get up early in the morning and have a clear head and clear thought process. So it is what it is. We're going to show the good, the bad, and the ugly in this deal. And third round it just wasn't my round. I was in the way. But after I got out, after I was done racing for today, we loaded up and came home. After a very long day and night Saturday at Pacemakers with the boys, and then all day Sunday, cooped up in the trailer, the dogs were definitely ready to head home. I told Vicky I'd just drive the Malibu home rather than load it all up in the trailer because we don't live very far from trails. And then I just had Vicky bring me back in the pickup truck to bring the truck and trailer home. I really didn't feel like loading the car back up and tying it down just for a few mile ride home. Plus, when I get home, I've got some yard work I want to get done and Vicky wants to decorate for Memorial Day. And we've got plenty of work to get done before No Prep Kings weekend, this coming weekend at Trails. I definitely want to get the trailer all cleaned up. It's been dragged through the rain for, I don't know, it seems like a month. And the rear cargo area in the trailer is just about as dirty as the outside. So I'm sure tonight, once we get the grass cut and we get dinner made, we can sit down and start planning out our week. It was just about dark by the time Vicky got started cooking dinner for us. She was going to grill hamburgers and hot dogs out on the grill, and Billy pulled in the driveway on his way home from picking up an ignition system for his S10. I'm pretty sure he wants to try and get it installed in the truck this week before No Prep Kings. And I know he still wants to get the rest of the front end put on his Nova. So it's going to be an all hands on deck week here at my shop and down at Billy's if we want to get all this done. Well guys, it's Memorial Day and I just want to stop and say thank you and remember freedom isn't free. And thank you to all the servicemen and women out there that never made it home, that sacrificed everything so that we can live the way that we live here in the United States of America today.